It's like, oh yeah. She's been cerebral. That's pretty neat. She's not, she could not figure out because the way she was doing numbers today and everything, I was like, that's not a good test. She did. And she writes them like that.
Good evening. Welcome everyone. We're going to go ahead and start our board meeting for June the 2nd. We will go ahead and let Mr. Jim do the roll call, please.
Carl Estelle, Daniel Gray, Ava Colton.
Here. Sorry. I'm present. I'm sorry.
I have to wake her up. Jim Moore here. Ron McDaniel.
Present.
Dina Tony.
Here.
Lauren Martin.
Here.
Laura Walker.
Here.
All here but two.
Okay. Thank you so much. I want to go ahead and read our vision. JNPSD will be the model district where every learner is valued and empowered to become a successful contributing member of society. Our mission, JNPSD will foster a culture of ownership and accountability through partnerships that create multiple pathways for success. We'll go ahead and stand for a moment of silence and a pledge of allegiance.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Looks like we have a special presentation today.
Yes, good evening, board members. We have two special presentations. We'd like to first get started with Children's Protection Center. We have Ms. Jennifer, Ms. Terry, Ms. Christian here. Seeing Jennifer Porton and Ms. Christian, so all three of you, if you all can come up, and they're going to give us an update on where they are since they've been in Jacksonville. So we wanted to share that with the board.
We're like a trio. Yes. No. A music group.
Do y'all sing before you present?
No, we can't.
Oh,
She's
okay.
gotta start.
Okay, I'm Jennifer, guys. I've been in front of you a few times. Hopefully I've met you as well. I'm not wearing my contacts, so it's difficult to see folks tonight. I had an issue earlier, but before Kristen gets up here and tells you about all the wonderful things, very specifically that's going on in Jacksonville with our center, I wanted to say thank you to you and give you an update on where we stand moving forward with our expansion. So we have fully been embraced by this community and by the school district. There's no other center in this state, and even in the southern region, that has this kind of relationship. And I can't understand why. This has been so good for the CPC to be embraced by the community and by the school district, and to use some space that wasn't being used. This has just been a wonderful partnership, and we would not be able to serve the community the way we are if it hadn't been for you guys taking this step with us. As you know, we finished phase 1 over a year ago. And so it's on to phase 2, and we are actively raising money for that phase. We've written some grants for the phase that's to build out. It's on the other side. What we're missing right now is the ability to do support groups at night, to have staff that actually have offices here. We do always have staff that are in this space, but it's crowded. Sometimes we're not able to provide perfectly safe atmospheres for kids if we have offenders on site. We didn't know that they were coming. So there's a lot of good reasons for us to finish out that second part so we can offer all the services that we're able to do in Little Rock. So we're trying to raise over $1 million for that expansion right now. And so that's involving some grant requests. We're also working with community partners. There's a lot of uncertainty right now with federal grants that keep our staff providing services. And we won't know a lot until the fall hits, but we have the potential of losing anywhere from $50,000 to $400,000 of our operating budget right now. And so we're frantically trying to find ways to make that work. So all that to say, we're not scared, we're gonna keep doing it. We have a lot of community folks that are gonna step out and help us. We have a lot of legislators and folks in the government that do care about the services we're offering. We're working with cities too to be able to make sure that we keep doing that. But because of that situation, there are some things that we're just taking a breath. And so this fall, we're gonna find out a lot more about what we're gonna be able to do from an operational standpoint. But that doesn't mean that we aren't still trying to raise money for that expansion. So that our eyes are still on that prize too. So there will be more to come on that, and we'll let you guys know as that develops. But for now, I'm going to hand it over to Kristen. Kristen Thomas is our Director of Advocacy Services at Children's Protection Center. She is really taken on the leadership role in the Jacksonville Center. So she's been creating community partnerships. Some of you guys have spoken to her already, but she's going to give you all the information about all the wonderful things that we're able to do here in Jacksonville. But thank you so much for this partnership.
Well, thank you guys for inviting us today. We're super excited to be here. Just wanted to share a little bit about what we're doing just on the other side of the building. So we are fully operational right now. We're open Monday through Friday, and of course we're on call whenever an emergency comes in. And fully operational means that we have a forensic interviewer, we have family advocates, we have mental health professionals all on site. Almost pretty much all of the time, unless there's extenuating circumstances in Little Rock that we can put all of our staff away. But that's pretty much what we look like over there for the main part, Monday through Friday. Jennifer mentioned that our medical component, it was finished in December of 2024, so we are super excited about that. And we recognize that that has allowed us to serve much more kids than what we anticipated. So just a few numbers, from April 1 of 2024 through April 1 of 2025, we served 189 kids just in that space alone. And so 87 of those kids came from the zip code 72076. So that is right here in this community, 87 of those kids, all which are pretty much all of y'all scholars here. So we are working with you guys closely every single day, all of the counselors and the teachers, and everyone that pretty much reaches out just to check on kids. So year to date, we have seen 64 kids, and 30 of those kids are from the zip code specifically. So cases are coming, kids are being seen, and that increases our visibility, but then it also increases the services that we're able to offer kids here in this community as well. Just a little bit about what CPC has been doing in the community. We are encouraging staff and myself, you guys will probably see me at pretty much all of the first Friday breakfasts down at the chamber. I've been making it a point to go to those. Those are really good networking opportunities. But then also just encouraging staff to, attend any city events, any school events, all of those things. And then also Terry has hooked us up. We've been serving lunch to some of the football players when that request kind of goes out and stuff. And then of course we are always open and willing to talk to teachers or counselors, anyone in the community that needs educating on child abuse, the system, and basically how to navigate the system. We're pretty much here for that as well. So I just want to say that we've gotten great buy-in from the community. We have teachers stop by all the time just asking, what's going on over here? This doesn't look the same. And we're welcoming everybody in with open arms. We'll give you a tour, we'll explain our services, but then also let you know how you can advocate for the kids in the community as well. So that's what's been going on here. Terry, you ready?
Before you start talking, Terry, I want to give kudos to Mr. Mark Bryant, who gave me a tour a couple weeks ago. It's pretty awesome what you're doing over there, and it's amazing for the community.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Mark is our clinical services director, so thank you very much. As Jennifer mentioned, we know that some of our funding is, we don't know what it looks like. And so part of the ways that we make up that funding, I guess I should say who I am. I'm Terry Todd. I'm the Development and Marketing Director for Children's Protection Center. If you don't know, I started out talking about money, so money's my life. But one of the things that I wanted to wrap it all up with is that we have unique fundraisers that we use for securing those dollars. And one of those coming up is the River Cities Dragon Boat Festival. You guys got a flyer in the back if you didn't get one. Jennifer is sharing one here, but you will be happy to know that since we have been involved with Jacksonville, again, the way we've been embraced, there has been a team from Jacksonville, the city of Jacksonville. If you don't know about it, they probably ask you to row, or either they don't want you to row so they can win. But thanks so much to First Arkansas Bank and Trust, and also Unity Health, and to Lauren and Laura, and Dr. Ower, I guess everybody, Daniel. We have a team from Jacksonville that's going to be one of our almost 50 teams out that will be out there this weekend. And so it's free to the public. Last year we made about $220,000 We are shooting for 300,000 this year. I'm happy to say we're already at 160. And that doesn't even include the pledges that are coming in. So we're hoping by Saturday we reach that $300,000 goal. So I just wanted to follow up and say, you know, you guys, we talk about money. Money is my life, and I love us getting money. But also, you guys being ambassadors for CPC, for you guys going out in the community and talking about what we do, those relationships are what's most valuable to us, because that keeps folks coming back and understanding the mission as we go on. And when funding gets in jeopardy, it's important to have those relationships, just like Mr. McDaniel said. And so we appreciate you all. We thank you for the support. It's more than just the money that you guys are giving us. It's all the things that, all the resources and all the ways that you support CPC. So thank you. Anybody have any questions about Dragonboat?
You forgot to mention the four-legged friend that you have over there, because you bring her over here.
Yes, Simone is our facility dog. We raised enough money to have Simone. We hope to raise enough to get a second facility dog here, but she will be out at Dragonboat if you would like to come see her. You can meet her. She'll be there Friday from 6 to 7 and on Saturday from 9 to 11:30.
Simone was out here for a whole day last week, right?
Yeah.
We had lots. We
Yeah.
had like 4 cases.
Yeah. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our second presentation is coming from our Department of Special Education, Mrs. Christy Darrington.
Oh, sorry.
Where's our key? While he gets hooked up, I'll give a plug to CPC, because I was on the side of the road Labor Day Friday, and I called Mark Bryant saying the sheriff can't get a hold of anybody from DHS, and we have an abandoned child, and we can't get the parent. And we finally got the parent, who was passed out, intoxicated. And Mark helped us get DHS for the sheriff, so that we could get that child help. And I have a relationship with Mark Bryant from previous contacts, but he stepped out of his zone and helped us help that scholar. So he's always a phone call away. But Simone comes to visit me, and I sit in my office floor. She's therapeutic for adults too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Even though I'm highly allergic, I just run and wash my hands because I have to pet her. Dr. O, you know, it doesn't matter.
While you're finding that, I would like to have the phone number of the guy you're talking about, because when I'm out driving around, sometimes I see things that I need to get someone to check on this child. So I need a phone number.
Here's his card.
Oh, thank you.
Ask and you shall receive. Okay, I decided to share some of the extra things that we've done in special education, because when the principals share their data, now that we're full inclusion in Jacksonville, you get to see what the special ed scholars are doing, because they're fully engrossed in the gen ed classroom, except for the ones that I'm going to highlight here, and these are our severe, profound, self-contained scholars. So just going to end the year with a little bit of fun. So we competed in Special Olympics track and field on April the 23rd. I couldn't put all my pictures in here because there's a ton of them. If anybody wants access, we do have a Google album. But this was at Mills University Studies High School. I think next year we do have a shot to move this to Jacksonville High School. We've been asking, I know last year you asked, this was their last year to have a contract in Pulaski County, so I am still working on that. I know some board members asked, and we do have the facility for that. So I know that Dr. O was interested, we are all interested. So fingers crossed, I've made the contacts. But our medals, we had 11 scholars get gold in bowling, 10 get silver, 4 get bronze, 4 take 4th place, and 2 take 5th place, and this is in state bowling for all across the state. And in track and field, and for region, we had 19 get gold medals, 15 get silver medals, 14 get bronze medals, 12 get 4th place, 3 get 5th place, and 1 get 6th place. If you've never been to a Special Olympics event, if we do get this here next year for track and field, please come out. It is so entertaining. I do have to share that we have a scholar at the high school that is blind, uses a cane, and he took first place in his track and field event, which was running. And I was jumping up and down on the sidelines and almost forgot to take his picture because I was in shock. But he outran his group. It was fascinating. This year we brought back the Ready to Work program at the high school, which is a program that first, second, and third 9 weeks, they learn the soft skills for working. And then fourth 9 weeks, they go to work. We work with the Department of Ed, and these scholars are paid through them, and then they go out into the community. These are the only pictures we had because the people, their job coaches, didn't think to take pictures, but at the animal shelter, the lady did think to take some pictures of our scholars. So they're out earning a wage during the week at a job, and these jobs could turn into jobs for them after high school. And we had partnerships with Crane Ford, the animal shelter, North of the Rock Barbecue, it was short-lived, but Unity Health and Classic Care Creations. We're only limited by the jobs that are close to the high school because of transportation. So I'm gonna just put a plug if anybody knows sites that are really close to the high school that we can get to pretty quickly because we only do it the last class period of the day. It is free to the employer. The program we work with is the one that provides the pay for the scholars. But we work with them on finances and interview skills and all of that up until the point. And it's open to juniors and seniors next year, so we're looking for more job sites. And, too fast. And then we also work real hard, if any of you that come to the banquets, especially at the middle school, and then the high school we do it after, but if you go to the banquets where you get food that is approved by Clint Walker in advance as part of our instructional money, this is just a picture of how the scholars do shop. They plan, they shop, and then they prepare the meals that you may partake in. And so I just wanted to show you that this is them in action at Walmart. We take them and they do all of that for you all before they cook the meals. And then some other fun that we did, Miss Martin put a thing on Facebook around Valentine's Day that she was looking for some extra people to make deliveries. And so I said, hey, what if you can't pay us? But she was nice enough to donate to our activity fund. And our middle school scholars went out and delivered flowers on Valentine's Day. And I'm telling you, they had so much fun. I just lost my connection, but that was my last slide. They went out and delivered flowers, so they got to practice those skills of asking for a person, saying I have a delivery for you, and off the record they might have gotten paid in a chicken wing action. There's no video evidence of that though. But that's just some of the fun things we do with our kids that don't show up in our testing scores, but they're learning a lot of skills. Any questions for me?
Thank you so much.
That concludes all the special presentations.
Facilities report.
Do not see any of our partners here.
Legacy box.
Currently, we were waiting on the plaques to be done, and so right now, we're in a holding pattern, and then we'll have an update for you in July.
Sounds good. Superintendent's report.
A couple of things, legal transfer approvals, we had 3 this month, 2 to Roanoke, 1 to Cabot. We also want to highlight, as we conclude this school year, on Friday, we had over 140 certifications that our students achieved at the high school. 0 testing violations during this season of testing. And also wanted to share with you, I did receive the certified report from the Pulaski County office that election results have been certified. So Mrs. Mark, Mrs. Walker, Mr. Moore, you're approved and certified. So. And now you gotta get sworn in, yes. And just, I did send you all the new election cycle based on the new law, Act 503, and so we'll make sure that we continue to keep you current and abreast of those new changes as we move forward in accordance to that law. All right. that's all I have to report.
Okay. TPC reports.
Yes, Ms. Davis.
Yes.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Ours is the classified personnel sick leave redemption. Does everybody have it?
It's in their folders.
It's in your drawer.
Everybody has it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I have 8 copies just in case. Okay. Currently, the classified employees get $50 for all days above the 90-day limit. And once they retire, when they have 3 to 5 years of service in Jacksonville North Alaska School District, they get 25% of the $50 pay rate, and it goes 6 to 10 for 50%, 11 to 15 for 75%, and more than 15 years they get 100%, which is $50 per day. And the classified staff on an hourly rate get $6.25 per hour pay rate, but it's prorated. They get $1.56 per hour for 3 to 5 years, $3.12 for 6 to 10 years, and so on and so on, up to 100% for 15 years or more, $6.25. Now, what we're proposing to align with the teachers is for the classified to get the current cost of a substitute for a paraprofessional. We don't want to put a dollar amount in because it fluctuates every year. It could go up, it could go down. The previous one was done in 2020, so it's been 5 years. And the cost of living adjustments, the raises that we've gotten, and we just haven't had an increase in how much money they get. And I think right now it's maybe $75 a day instead of the $50 a day is what it would be. I think it would save the district money also, because the people that are thinking about retiring or using, redeeming their sick leave, they said they would rather just call out so they could use that time. And if they call out, you have to get a sub and you have to pay them too. So we were really just hoping to change it to the current cost of a substitute paraprofessional to align with the teachers. And I think the teachers went from $75 in 2020 to $95 now, so theirs went up.
Board members, if I can add that we internally at the district office, we've reviewed this request, and as Ms. Davis has said, for us, it's definitely a benefit, always a benefit to have our own staff members in front of our students each and every day. And if we can keep them here healthy and in front of our students, that's going to have a positive impact. And as Ms. Davis said, we did adjust that with the licensed staff members, and we felt that that we needed to support and should support our classified in this step, and encouraging them to, if they don't have to take their sick leave, then they shouldn't, and we want them to be there with our young people as much as they can. And so district admin definitely supports this proposal.
Do we need to take action on it tonight?
You have the option, you can take action tonight, or you can just review it and then take action in July.
I would like to review this a little further because I didn't get the material until a little late. And if it's not going to harm anything, if we can bring it up in July.
It's not gonna take effect until the start of the school year.
Well, it will take effect July 1st, or if you approve it today, it would take, because this is a personnel policy and classified in Section 8. And so it would, you approved it today, taking effect July 1st. But if you wait until July, it will be effective the date that you approve it, which would possibly be the July 14th board meeting day. Or, as a board, you can retroactive.
Retroactive,
Yeah.
We can retroactive.
Yeah.
So,
We have that option.
Let's review it.
yeah, we'll take some time to review it and then we'll put it on the agenda for July.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome, thank you so much.
And he said PPC, is Mr. Martin gonna talk on the stipend name change?
Do you need me to say anything about that?
That's an action point. So right now, it's later down in the agenda, so it'll come up there.
Thank you.
You're welcome, thank you. Okay. Action items, the consent agenda. Hopefully everybody's had an opportunity to review it. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
It's been moved and properly second, all in favor? Any opposed? Okay, it's passed. 25-26 school board meeting dates.
Yes, board members, before you, you have the proposed school board meeting dates. Before you, I know that there needs to be one adjustment just per conversation with board members about July. Instead of July 7th, it's been asked that we move that meeting date to July 14th. So we want to make sure that you have that consideration as well, since July 7th is the back end of the holiday weekend. But the rest of the dates are before you for your consideration with that revision.
Okay.
I make a motion to accept Dr. Orr's recommendation. The change. With the change, yeah,
July 14th.
to July the 14th.
Second.
No.
It's been moved and properly second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, none opposed, it has passed. Okay, the, provision 2 base year.
Yes, each year we have the option to apply for Provision 2. Provision 2, as you all may remember, gives us the opportunity to provide breakfast and lunch at no cost for our students across the district. The district identified student population for the SNAP program has increased from 42% to 52% with the addition of including Medicaid free to the equation. We were still short the 70% goal for the district, and so we recommend that we reapply for another base year of Provision 2 to see if we can achieve our goal to 70% with the addition of approved applications that are approved for free or reduced. So our recommendation is to approve implementation of the Provision 2 program so that we can work toward receiving that 70% goal.
I got a question. Do I need to make a motion to approve and then ask the question?
Yes, you can make a motion and get a second and then provide the decision.
Make a motion to approve the superintendent's recommendation.
Second.
Okay. Question is, didn't the state legislature pass a law that free breakfast?
That is correct, Mr. McDaniel. So we do have legislation that provides free breakfast for all students across the state. So this will cover then the lunch portion of it. And so again, we're working to get the 70%. And just FYI for the board members and the community who are listening, that 70% is going to be key for multiple funding streams. Because if we don't, because we didn't reach the 70% this past year, we've lost a little over, well, a lot over, about $1.7 million in enhanced student achievement funding. And so our goal is to try to get more parents to complete these applications and get these 70% so that we don't lose another round of funding. So it has several benefits to making sure that we reach these numbers. And so we want to make sure we continue to strive to get those numbers as we move forward.
It's been moved and properly second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? It is passed. Vendor renewals.
As you all remember, each year we would need to bring these resolutions to you. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself, I'm sorry. The first action item is renewing these vendor contracts for our child nutrition program. You have 3 before you. The renewal of the Dunn Wholesale company who provides our bread service, Highland Dairy who provides our milk products to our students, and then renewing the Archboard co-op contract for all the purchasing service for child nutrition for the 25-26 school year. And the rationale is there before you. We've used these vendors before and would like to renew those contracts moving forward for this next FY26 school year. The recommendation is to approve these vendors for purchasing.
Make a motion to approve the superintendent's recommendation for vendor renewals.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
If we can separate it.
And let's go ahead and move forward to our resolutions.
As we did last year, we, in accordance to annotated code 6-24-105, we want to continue to make sure that our staff members, as well as the students and the district as a whole, continue to utilize our partners in the community, our vendors in the community, even though they may serve, the leaders may serve on the board. And so we have before you the resolutions to do business with these 3 companies, Dunn Wholesale Company, Jam Fabrication, Get a Grip, and Double R Flores. We're asking the approval to continue, based upon this law, to continue to use those partners in the community for services. To a certain, for Jam Fabrication, Get a Grip, Double R Flores, up to $9,999. And beyond that, we will have to get the approval from the Secretary of Education at the State Department of Education. We know Dunn Wholesale will be more than that, and so after whatever the vote is tonight, we'll move forward to the next step to seek approval from the Secretary of Education for that. I would ask that we take each of these resolutions separate because the board member who may have a relationship or interest in these companies would need to recuse themselves from that particular vote when it comes to their entity.
Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and move with the first one, Dunn Wholesale Company. Can I get a motion?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Make a motion to approve the superintendent's recommendation for Dunn Wholesale Company resolution.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that's
Oh.
passed. So the next one is gonna be Jam Fabrication, Get a Grip.
Wait till she.
Make a motion to approve the resolution for Jam Fabrication / Get a Grip.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that's passed. The next one is Double R Florist.
Make a motion to approve the superintendent's recommendation for Double R Flores resolution.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that is passed. Okay, we'll go ahead and move on to the ASBA model policies.
Get everybody back in here.
Yes,
So we gotta do
Yeah, they're good.
We're here, everybody's here.
Okay.
So as we all know that we've concluded the 2025 legislative session, and with those, we were given, or more legislation was passed, and of course that led to more policies having to be put into place. So those were shared with you at the beginning of May for your review. And there's a series of policies. So the first group we provided on this board agenda, it included section 1 that dealt with the board and the board's operation, section 3 that dealt with the licensed personnel policy, and section 8 that dealt with or deals with classified personnel policy. We presented those to you just for the timing of where we are, because most of those would need to be put in place July 1st. And so section 1 deals with how you operate. Section 3, of course, deals with how the procedures that our licensed staff members follow, and then section 8 deals with how classified operates. And of course, the new contracts start July 1st, and that's the reason why we put those on this board agenda. So the recommendation is to move forward. I will tell you that all the changes, all the revisions are in accordance to law, and so it's really not an option to, but if you all wanted to add to it as a board, you have that that leeway, that right to do so.
So your recommendation is approve?
Yes, sir. Approve the policies that have been presented to you, section 1, section 3, section 8, those revisions.
So moved.
It's been moved and properly second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Okay. We have 1 nay. That's passed. Okay. Classified stipend addition.
Yes, in accordance to what Ms. Davis was alluding to, the classified personnel policy committee reviewed the salary schedule. Director of Technology, Mr. Kevin Martin, shared input. In the past, we had stipends for certain certifications or licensures for the technology team. We wanted to update those certifications for the current need that we have in the district, and just in the profession, technology profession around as a whole. And so those have been updated in the stipend salary section of the salary schedule. And so the recommendation is to approve those stipend additions for the FY26 school year.
I entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That's passed. Student handbook revisions.
Yes, that based on the new law, and I believe Mr. Smith, as he always has, formed a committee, a diverse committee of stakeholders to provide input. And based on that input, based on the new legislation, he has put to for your review and approval the FY26 student handbook.
Do we need to?
Is this we're gonna review, or is it already
So you can, you have an option. You can approve it if you have been able to review it prior to today. You can move to approve, or you can postpone it to July after review.
Yeah, I would,
Can we postpone it?
Yeah,
Because I
that's-
did have some questions and I
Yeah.
failed to get a hold of Mr. Smith.
I agree. I was gonna say the same
I
thing.
brought my packet with
Some
me.
of these issues, we need a little more time to look at instead of just 2 or 3 days, because I always go back and look at the last policies and make sure that we're covering everything. And it's part of our board responsibilities to make sure the student handbook revisions or new ones or whatever are appropriate. So I agree with Dina. I'll second her motion.
postponed?
So what we'll do is just give us some more time to review, and it'll be on the July board agenda.
Right.
So do we need to talk to Mr. Smith if we have any questions specific?
Yes.
Yes, if you can email, or prefer, if possible, if you could email him so he has a documentation.
Okay.
And he can track those inquiries, but if you call him, I'm sure he can take notes and know where he's getting the information from, so.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Employee leave conversion rounding to nearest half-day.
Yes, Mr. Hunt, our Director of Finance, has put this action item before you. While completing the leave conversion in late June 2025, employees will be left with a fractional leave balance. So in an effort to not penalize them or taking away some leave, we would like to round to the nearest half day. If you remember, we were doing by hours, but based upon how we operate on a day-to-day basis, it's more beneficial financially and record keeping to be able to hold employees to half days and not hours. So either you're going to take a half a day leave or a whole day leave. And so as we convert back to half and whole, those fractions, some are over those half, and we did not want to penalize our employees. So the proposal before you is to round that to the nearest half so that the employee is not penalized. So the recommendation is to approve rounding employee leave to the nearest half during the leave conversion from hours back to days.
Okay.
Make a motion to approve the superintendent's recommendation.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that's passed. Student disciplinary actions.
Yes, board members, you have 4 cases to review, and it's in your electronic package for your review. They are uncontested, and so you can take action on all of them as a unit.
Click that.
See, these things are stupid.
Don't do that. Here, you just look at it. Okay.
right, we've reviewed the disciplinary action, I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve the superintendent's recommendation.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that's passed. We have an addendum here for non-renewal of Pathfinder lease agreement, new MOU and lease agreement, Arch Ford Education Service Cooperative for the location, and consideration and recommendations for personnel. I entertain a motion to, approve the addendum being added to the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, so moved and properly second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Board members, the lease agreement for Pathfinder is coming up, it's set to expire, and they've actually moved out of the building, and if you're not familiar with the building, it's the building that's detached right across the parking lot from this building. And so the district evaluated other uses or potential partnerships to serve the needs of our students and how we could use them as a district. And after communication with key district leaders, we felt that moving forward with the Horizons day treatment that we pay into already, that it would be a win-win for us to partner with Arch Ford Service Cooperative to bring that that program here. One is going to save on transportation, and then we can work out a financial obligation or deal with them as well as we move forward. And so the cost per square foot is there before you, which is $14.40 for 5,184 total square feet in space. Their monthly payment would be the $6,220.80 that they would pay to the district. And so that's definitely a win for us. Because right now, with the current lease, it was $1 per year type lease. So that would be additional income for the district. And so the proposal before you are the action items to recommend the approval of the Horizon contract with Arch Ford, the MOU, and the cancellation of the lease agreement with Pathfinder.
Okay, I entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second, all in favor?
I got a question though. They're gonna pay for the utilities, or we pay for the utilities?
They're paying utilities,
They're
and
paying-
internet, everything.
Okay, all right, thank you.
I have a question also. Will they be paying the same as Pathfinder's was, or do we up the rate?
No, the lease with Pathfinder was $1 per year, so we were
Got a
not
little
getting.
bit.
Okay.
They're paying a little bit more.
A little bit more.
Yeah, it wasn't in the book though.
He
I always want to make sure
he
that
said
we're
it, though.
getting our money.
You just didn't hear it. That's why I'm here for you.
Oh, thank you. Always a colonel.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Okay, that is passed. Okay, and personnel, and I have to remind you that any personnel on top will need to go into executive session.
Make a motion, we go into executive session.
Do a break for executive session. I will, entertain a motion for the personnel.
Second.
It's been moved and probably second. All in favor?
Aye.
Looks like it's it. Mr. McDaniel?
I make the motion, we adjourn.
Okay.
Stay on, I make a motion, we adjourn.
It's second.
All right, it's done. All right, have a good evening. Thank you, guys.
Hello, lover.